so I leave it all behind. I always.
What's going on, Vape Fam? It's Hack back at you again. Today we're going to be checking out the IVOGO Velocity RDTA. It's a really awesome dripping tank atomizer. It has a 2.5 mil capacity for the tank. Also, I'm going to show you how to wick this. I'm not going to show you how to build on it because I did a video already kind of showing how to make a cool and everything. But I'm going to take my cotton out, show you everything, clean it up real, try to clean it up pretty decent. I'm going to leave the cools installed, and then I'm going to show you how to wick it properly. And I'm also going to go over the tools you're going to need, or a tool similar to what I'm using to wick it, to pretty much wick it properly. But anyway, this is the Velocity RDTA. As you can see, it's got the Velocity top on it, and it has your glass tank on bottom. Has the same Delrin threaded in kind of chuff styled cap, top adjustment for your indirect airflow, and then it also has your two airflow slots on the side. So it's identical to a Velocity, except it has a tank on it. But what we'll do is, let me take a toke off of it, and then I'm going to show you the tools that I'm going to personally use to wick this thing. Right now, I have a 0.3 build in it, 65 watts, about 4.7 volts. This thing produces a really nice, very good dripping atomizer. Pretty much, it's kind of like having a sub tank and a dripper mixed together. Y'all know what it is. But anyway, also I have my calipers now, so I want to actually show y'all measurements on the video as well. But what we're going to use to wick this thing, your cotton of choice, of course. I have the Cool Master ceramic tweezers. I pretty much use those to get in to be able to pull the cotton through. You'll see what I'm using these for. Your scissors, don't run with these. And I have my assortment of precision screwdrivers because you kind of want a screwdriver to be able to push the cotton through the wicking holes and everything. You'll see that when we get there. But that's pretty much what you're going to need to wick it. I'm sure you know how to build it, or go watch my Cool Building 101, and it shows you how to wrap a cool, and that'll teach you how to build a cool for it. But anyway, we're going to dive down close, and I'm going to show you everything, and we'll go from there. Stick with me. Okay guys, we're up to the up close and personal. This is the box that comes in. It actually had a kind of cardboard insulator part on the inside. I tore it up and threw it away. But this is the box that comes in. It has a little IVOGO sticker label right here. We're going to open that up. We're going to set the RDA to the side. Let's see. It comes with some spares here. You have your Allen key, some spare grub screws, and your O-rings. It also comes with a threaded 510 adapter. It's pretty nice. Also, I'm using a micro lens now to try to get up close, so hope y'all like that. Let me know how it is. But anyway, here we go. Here is your Velocity RDTA. It is pretty much identical to the original Velocity dripper, except like you see here, it has a 2.5 mil capacity tank on the bottom. This is Pyrex glass. By the way, it's not sitting crooked. I have it. I don't have it on fully. When the top cap's on there, it sits completely straight and it isn't crooked. But as you can see, it's pretty much what you see is what you get. That is the RDA there, the RDTA. It has the IVOGO design, serial number 0136. These are authentic. does not have a protruding 510 pin, and it is a little adjustable, but not a whole lot, because it does thread in all the way up into the center post. But as you can tell, it has a threaded in Delrin drip tip here. Then you have your threaded top cap. This can thread all the way off, just like the normal one. If I can get it to come off, as you can tell. And then your top cap comes off. Everybody knows what they look like. I tried to clean it up some. But here is the deck. As you can see, it has the wicking holes down in the bottom of the deck. You know, copper 510 pin goes all the way through into your positive post. You know, really nice, chunky grub screws, and it's got about a 2mm lead holes right here on either side. Very nicely built. Machine quality is pretty decent on it. And it also has the little protruding part where you can slide your top cap on and lock it in. This O-ring is rather tight. I'm thinking about replacing that because it's really tight to get the top cap on. And then it's double O-ringed on the bottom right here for your Pyrex glass to hold your juice in. Also, another thing to this tank, I was confused in the beginning how to get it apart, but it has a ring right here, if I can get it to come off here. Alright, it has a ring on the top, and you just twist this off, like so, and then you can slide the glass up off the top to get in to this section here. But I'm going to put that back on, because I want to put this all back together so I can get you some measurements on it here. We can thread this back on. Thread the drip tip in. Okay. I want to try to get this on as good as I can. Without it being on a mod, it is rather tight. But I'm going to take my calipers. Let me scoot my seat up here. Take my calipers, and we're going to measure this from the top to the bottom here. Not including the 510 pin, but just from the top to the bottom. Alright, let's see. Looks like we're going to be right at 2 inches tall. Like I said, it's a 23mm tank here, but I think the bottom is going to sit up just a little bit. Looks to be about 900 thousandths, pretty close to 1 inch. We'll take a look at the drip tip here, and as you can tell, my dial calipers actually went bad on me. The battery went bad, but as you can tell right here, it's about 1/2 inch in diameter on the drip tip. So, you know, 2 inches tall, pretty much 1 inch in diameter, 22mm or so, and then what did I say, about 1/2 inch on the drip tip. So not nothing too crazy. It's not really that large, so okay. But so I showed you the box, showed you everything to do with that. I'm going to put it back on my mod here. Still rocking my old Skelly. Works very well for this setup. Alright, now better stand up for me. So take this back apart, give y'all one more look in it. As you can tell, right under, let me get my little screwdriver here. As you can tell, right under that coil on the back side, right back here, if y'all can see it, see that hole? Right there. That hole is where you fill the actual tank through. It is a pain in the ass. You're gonna have to use a syringe or a very long nosed unicorn bottle to fill that up. You can't do it with a dripper like a regular glass dripper. It's just not gonna work. And as you can tell, you have your wicking holes on either side. Those are my coils. Y'all know what all those look like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to break this down all the way so y'all can see what it looks like broken down all the way here. This is going to be a longer review, just like my other ones usually. So kind of sorry about that, but to do a review like this, it takes a while. I want to show y'all in depth everything. So you're going to twist the glass, pull it straight up. Be prepared to get juice everywhere because it still had juice in it. And you can wipe it down a good bit. So now you can get into your tank where you can wick it. See, I still got wick up in there. Get that out of the way. Try to clean it out as good as you can. But anyway, there we go. So you have that. Now you're going to take your cotton and you're going to cut you off a piece of it. Probably about 2.5 inches long would be pretty good. Shouldn't be a problem at 2.5 inches long. And let's see. I'm going to split it right down the middle. Stick that to the side. I'm going to pull some more off of it because you can't really use a crap ton of cotton because it's pretty hard to get into the holes. Pull a good bit off. Still need more off. That should be good. We'll give that a shot. Like normal, if I can get it in there. Like normal, you're going to want to go through your coils. It's kind of hard to do on camera. You're going to go through your coils. Get them nice. Get the cotton nice and good in there. That looks good. And now we're going to do the other side. On this tank, I found out really less cotton is more because you really can't stuff a whole bunch into it. So it's just kind of how it is with this one anyway. You're going to want to roll up either side, try to make it easier to fit down in these juice holes. Do this on the other side. I should have done this before I put it through, but either way, we'll get it in there. We will get it in there. Let's see. You're going to need to take a small screwdriver for this portion because I find it easier to actually use the screwdriver and actually find the hole and stuff the cotton down through it. I gotta find where it went. There it goes. As you can tell, I'm stuffing the cotton all the way through there. Then you can use your screwdriver and kind of flip the wicks out. See how it comes through? Not too hard. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because I have a little bit thicker cotton on this side. So we're going to pull some of it off there. Alright, let me see if I can get it in there. Let's see. Here we go. Stuff it down into the wicking hole. Push it all the way through. Voila. Comes out the bottom. Then you can kind of make sure it's pulled all the way through. It doesn't have to be super tight. Kind of push these back a little bit. That looks good. Now we're going to do the same on this side. I'm going to push this one in. If I can get a hold of it. Push this one in. We're going to stuff it down. Stuff it down. Stuff it down. There we go. It comes out. We're going to try to pull this and get it out there. There we go. Works pretty good. And we're going to do the same on this last side. This one actually went faster than I've done it before. Y'all guys are helping me out. There we go. Nothing to it. Remember to take your screwdriver, kind of fluff out these ends a good bit. pull any stragglers off. Alright, now, this is what I do. If I can keep it on camera, sorry guys. This is what I do. I take my scissors and I cut it all the way close to the actual threading right here. So cut that off. See how it leaves it just right at the edge? You're going to do that on every side. So cut it off on all sides. Let me get the other side here. I don't know how much is on camera, guys. Me trying to do this with this camera setup is not the best. So then we're going to come through here, cut that off. Voila. Get your stuff, move it out of the way. Now, take your little screwdriver, kind of fluff it up a little bit and stick it into where the tank section is. There you go, that looks good. Fluff it up a little bit and kind of roll it in there. You don't want to get it caught on the glass when it's coming down. So fluff it up, roll it in there. See? Looks pretty good, looks pretty good. Now, we are going to grab our glass section and we're going to put the glass back onto the dripper here. Bam, slide it all the way over. Your glass is installed. Take your ring, take the cotton off it. If I can get it off, Jesus Christ, there we go. Take your ring, and we're going to thread it back on here. Like I said, sorry about the quality, guys. I'm still trying to get used to this camera being in the way when I'm trying to do something. So, now you can see your tank section's on. You're getting really freaking close now, guys. Pretty sweet. Alright. Actually, this time, these little tweezers didn't even have to use them. The wicks did just perfectly. Okay, now, you're done. There's nothing else to it. Take your juice of choice, you know, and go ahead and put some juice on the coils and on the cotton up top because you don't want to risk burning anything. So just get those good and saturated. I haven't used this unicorn bottle before to see if it will work in this, so your guess is as best as mine if it's going to work or not. So the holes on this side, what we'll try to do is we'll try to get it in the hole as close as we can to fill it up. I don't know if it's going to work, guys, but we can try here. No, it's going to come up through the top. But you can get it close and just try to squirt as much as you can down in there. This review is sounding really dirty. Sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. Do the best you can. Squirt as much as you can down in there, and it will slowly start filling the tank. I know that it hadn't filled this one. My syringe broke, so I'm kind of stuck at this moment. But you can see where it's already getting wet. It starts going down there to that cotton. So it's working. It's just you're not going to really fill it up this way because just this unicorn bottle is just not going to do it. But a syringe will do the trick. Just make sure everything's good and wet up top, and you'll be fine. Get you a syringe, and that will take care of the problems for you. But guys, that is the IVOGO Velocity RDTA. It's a really cool. It's a really cool little dripper. Oop, there went the camera. But yeah, really cool dripper. I enjoy it a lot. Let's see if we can get the top cap on here. There we go. Finally got it on there straight. I like mine wide open here. I don't use the indirect airflow, but I use this side airflow. But that's it, guys. There's really nothing to it. It just takes a little bit of practice to get the wicking down and stuff like that. Y'all know how to build coils and everything. And the newbies, like I said, you can find how to build a coil in my Coil Building 101 video. But that's it. Let's go back up top and we're gonna vape it.
Alright guys, we're back up top. Sorry that video, or it's as long as it has been, but I really wanted to go in depth and show you everything to do with this Velocity RDTA. I think it's awesome. It's got really good flavor. The vapor is really dense. Honestly, it is having the Velocity dripper, and honestly, I consider the tank on the bottom as really a fail-safe. So, you know, because I don't really do a lot of temperature builds. So, it's really kind of like a fail-safe to me. If I fill up the tank, okay, and because I still drip some just to get that big rush of flavor, you know, because having a really saturated deck in here is going to give you a lot of flavor, a whole lot of flavor. So sometimes, you know, I'll just drip, and you know, and then sometimes you'll be riding around and vaping or whatever, or talking to people, and you won't realize it. And on the normal Velocity or any other dripper, you would get a dry hit. With this one, you know, you have that reserve liquid in there. So even if you're, usually I'll squeeze some juice in the top and I'll vape on it, and then I might vape on it for an hour or so before I'll re-even look at it, because I know that this tank, you know, a 2.5 millimeter tank or mil tank, you're going to go through it if you're vaping it steadily pretty quick, since it is a dripper. It's using a lot of juice, but you know, it works well. I enjoy it. So let's take a toke off of it, and I'll give you some, I guess, some pros and cons, and then we'll move on forward. Man, really good flavor. Also, I don't have the actual bottle, but it's some really nice juice. It's called it's Beard number 71. It's pretty good stuff. It's kind of like those red and yellow sour gummies. Really nice. This thing produces really nice flavor, really good vapor. But I guess some pros and cons on it. The pro is it's a two-post deck. You just can't beat a two-post deck, in my opinion. Another pro on it is the machine quality. The machining is very well done on this product. I think it's as good as some of my other authentic pieces that I have. Also, another pro is the tank. I really like that it has the tank on it. You know, just kind of really as a fail-safe. It's really nice to have. I really never thought that it would make a Velocity RDTA kind of Genesis styled atomizer, and it works, and it's really nice. One of the cons on it is the threading on the drip tips and the 510 adapter, where it's Delrin and they thread it. The machining leaves some little burrs, but you can pick those off with your fingers and get them out of the way so you don't accidentally choke on them or something. But also, I would have liked to seen the filling hole for the tank larger and possibly near the center, instead of being pretty much right up under a cool. It kind of makes it hard to fill it up with anything other than a syringe. So, you know, you can get those little syringes anywhere, and you can get those needle tip bottles anywhere, but then you still run into issues, because running a max VG out of those little needle tip bottles can be kind of tough, because it really don't want to come through those needles very well. But, you know, I would like to see it possibly changed where the hole is moved, and I think it'd be great. You know, I give this thing seriously every bit of 9 out of 10 stars if I was doing a star quality thing on it. It's just a very well-made dripper tank setup. I purchased this off eBay, actually, and come to find out where I purchased it from, it came from a website called Subtank Supply, and I got it for 30 bucks, and that was shipped, and they got it to my door in 2 days, which was awesome. I'm not sure exactly where the warehouse is. It could be in Kentucky. I'm not really sure, but it came from Subtank Supply, and that's the first time I ever purchased from them, and it went really well. They have some pretty cool stuff on their website, so you can check that out. But like I said, for $30, you really can't beat this thing. It's just a really nice atomizer. I know I say it a lot on most of the stuff I get, but see, I don't get anything, sent to me to review. I purchase everything, so everything I purchase is something that I'm interested in. So, a lot of things might not get a horrible review because if I don't like the way it looks, or if I don't like the machine quality on it when I can see it in pictures or something, I'm just not going to buy it. But I would really recommend this to someone that loves the Velocity or loves the H-Addy or anything on those 2-post decks with direct and indirect airflow. I think everybody would enjoy it and like it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this IVOGO RDTA Velocity styled authentic. I don't know whether it's, I guess it's authentic, but I'm pretty sure it is. But that's going to do it for this review. We got some cool stuff coming up in the future. I really don't want to say exactly what it is yet, but we got some more stuff going to be coming up from the Jack's Box crew. We got some stuff coming up from them in the future. We might be getting into some possible juice reviews. I know people were really asking about doing juice reviews, so I thought maybe that would be a good idea to try. Also, I'm going to try to do some other formats or different ways of doing things. I'm going to kind of work around with stuff. Also, I guess y'all seen it. I have a new intro, and I hope y'all like the intro and everything. I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, the channel's growing, guys. Don't forget the 400 subscriber, or I think it's 400. Yeah, 400 subscriber giveaway for the black noisy cricket that I have. Tell your friends. Share the video around if you can, man, and make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment on the H-Addy and review giveaway on that video. Make sure you comment on it, and we'll do a randomizer and everything for the noisy cricket. Also, I never heard back from Vicky for the troll, so I'm just going to do a randomizer and mention you in the next video, or who's going to win the troll. I'm just going to give it up to any, both male and female. Whoever it picks in the randomizer, you're going to get the pink troll, because I never heard back from Vicky, and I'm sorry for that, but we move on, and we got to go to give it to somebody else. So anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it on this review. Sorry it's been so long. Just really wanted to go into some good detail for you. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me. Share the video, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff if you can. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care.